Hi, this video is aimed at teachers who are not very familiar with Smart Notebook and would like to know how to include text or type in Smart Notebook. This video will be answering the following questions. How do I insert text in Smart Notebook? How do I change the color, size and font? And how do I move the text around? We'll also look briefly at compatibility with other software. I've already opened up Smart Notebook, so here we have it at the bottom. It's quite simple to include text. If you just go to the top toolbar here, you can see the text button. We're basically going to spend the time moving between the text button and the select arrow here. So if I go to the text button, I can simply type whatever I want. Now I'm going to go to the select button, and from here I can change the font to whatever I want it to be. I'm going to make it Cooper Black. I can change the size if I want to make it a bit bigger, and I can change the color if I want to make it purple. You'll notice that when I select it like this, I have an option to make it smaller or bigger. But if I choose the text button and I click on it, I can now retype or change anything that I want within here. And I can also expand the box to the right, like that. I can also pick up a pen from my pen tray, and I can once I've done that, if I go to the select button, I can select my writing and I can move it around. This is useful if I did some free writing on the board and realized that I wasn't really utilizing the space as much as I could, and I can then pick up whatever I've written and move it around, make it smaller, make it bigger. And if I choose the drop down menu here, I can always recognize handwriting. It will automatically recognize what I've written, provided I didn't write too sloppily. And I can change the color. If I don't like it in blue, I could make it red, for example. In order to select the objects here, I go back to my select button. Now I can move this one, or I can move this one. Or if I drag over both of them, I can select them both, and I could always change both the fonts and both the sizes, like so. Okay, now I'd like to show you compatibility issues. If I go to Microsoft Word, here I have a table. I can easily copy it and paste it into Smart Notebook. It comes out relatively the same. I can make it bigger. I can still play around with it by moving the different objects around, like so. Or if I wanted to retype, I can edit it like so. This moving around of objects can be particularly useful if I have an exercise like this that I'm doing with my class. Here I've got an example. It's just an example of some functional language. I'm not using the mouse anymore. I'm just going to use my finger on the board, and I can select the objects and move them like this. This is a nice way of getting the students up out of their chairs, get them up by the board, and get them interacting with the IWB a little bit. Of course, you could do this with slips of paper and get them sellotaping them or blue tacking them to the board. It's just another version of that kind of activity. Okay, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask either Adam G or Adam T. We are both very happy to help.